The preservation of Santa Barbara's beautiful creeks and beaches is the ultimate mission of the Creeks Restoration and Water Quality Improvement Division. As part of the Creeks program, there is one particular effort that endeavors towards restoring the environment and protecting sea life by monitoring the city and educating local members of the community.
The Creeks Enforcement Program is intended to prevent pollution from entering the city's storm drain system and ultimately our creeks and oceans.
Clark is a code enforcement officer whose responsibilities include patrolling the city, looking for signs of pollution, and responding to reports of illicit discharges from members of the public. From there, he investigates the sources of pollution and educates those responsible to prevent further or repeated discharges.
I enforce Chapter 14.56, 020, and 030 of the city's municipal code. Those two chapters prohibit pollution and other materials from being discharged, placed, or allowed to enter waterways and the city's storm drain system. The most common enforcement cases that we see tend to be related to wash water. So people either washing vehicles, equipment, hardscape, businesses. That wash water's got all the stuff that you don't want, all the dirt, grime, grease, oil that you don't want in your area, but washing it out and letting it go out into the street, into an outside drain, into the storm drain, into the creeks, into the ocean is not where it belongs. That's just taking the polluted area that you've got and moving it to somewhere else that now everybody, including the environment, has to deal with.
While common violations should be mitigated to improve overall water quality, there are certain cases that require more immediate attention, and that is when pollution is discharged directly into a creek or waterway.
So a lot of times properties that back up to a creek, border a creek, or an area of roadway that people like to dump materials off of, we act very quickly to mitigate that discharge, clean it up, get it out of the creek, because that's immediately impacting the aquatic environment. Or if it's raining and we have a discharge, it's very difficult to contain it, get it cleaned up. So those are priority events.
Clark says that the main goal of the enforcement program is not to give out notices of violations, but rather to effectively inform community members about the codes, highlighting the best management practices.
Because a lot of times people just don't know what they were supposed to do, or they don't realize that what they're doing is against the law, or that it's hurting the environment. Primarily, the idea is to contain pollution to your work site or your property, to then capture it, as in either suck it up, vacuum it up, mop it up, whatever it is to keep it contained, and then properly dispose of it, whether that be in the sanitary sewer, your solid waste disposal, or perhaps even a hazardous waste disposal.
The Creek City staff plays an important role in protecting our creeks and waterways. However, the role of the community member remains the most vital.
The community is key in enforcement and protecting our creeks and waterways. There's just one of me, but there's thousands of eyes and ears out there in the community. The public should report anything that has any kind of unusual color, odor, leaves staining on the ground or erodes the concrete or the asphalt that it's running over, anything that's clearly coming from a sewer line, something like that. Those kinds of things should be reported to us immediately. They can report those to me at 805-897-2688. They can also go to the city website and look for the water pollution reporting link.